But my point is, and will always be, government don't give a damn about you. System don't give a damn about you. This establishment don't give a damn about you. It's not about fair treatment. It's not about the right thing to do. It's not about the honorable thing to do. It's only about politics. That's all it's about. Hey, what's going on? It's Big Guns and Pistols. I'm back with another one, as you know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of things we're going to talk about. It's a lot of things we're going to discuss. Soon I'll start going live. Soon I'll start telling stories about particular events that happened in my life where I had to defend myself. But let's continue on, because I want to speak to you guys today about some things that's on my chest. And I want you guys to also see this video, because what happened was one man who was concealed carrying a firearm had to defend his life against 5 individuals, 5 people. I think that that's so interesting, because here it is, politicians in the government is telling you that you don't need an AR-15. You don't need a magazine capacity over 10 rounds. You don't need a magazine capacity over 7 rounds. These are the things that politicians are saying, the government is saying. But here you have this situation to where a man had to fight off 5 attackers with guns. Check out this video.
The victim was pulling into the complex parking garage on Delano Court off Roosevelt Road. A black Jeep and a white sedan followed him. 5 men got out of those cars with guns, and then there was the shootout between the victim and the men. The victim was shot in the leg. He also suffered a graze wound to his head. The 5 men, police say, got back into their cars and took off. Now, a black Jeep was also involved in a carjacking about 5 minutes earlier, less than 1 mile away. A woman was outside on South Wells near Harrison. A black Jeep pulled up. 3 men got out and wanted the woman's belongings. Police say one of the men hit the woman in the back of her head. They stole her car, a Chrysler 300. Residents who live in the complex were a bit stunned to hear what had happened. Many residents we spoke with say that they have become increasingly frustrated with the crime surge downtown.
All right, now that you checked that video out, I'm pretty much just gonna say whatever's on my mind. Some of you may disagree with some things that I say because it sounds harsh, and I understand it does sound harsh. You may initially disagree with what I say, but later on you probably will understand why I say the things that I say. You gotta understand that here in America, you're not as free as you've been taught that you are. We are not as free as we've been trained to believe that we are. America's a very manipulative country. Scientific manipulation, that is. One thing I'll say to you is, don't ever allow or let the things that criminal elements of the government say and convince you that you don't need to have certain firearms to protect yourself. I don't care what the firearm is. Here it is, you have a case of one man being tracked down by 5 different guys who hops out of 2 different cars. God only knows what they were going to try to do with him. God only knows what they would have done or would have happened if the man was defenseless, but he had a fighting chance. He had a fighting chance, and that's what it's about. He took 1 shot in the leg, but he's doing okay, but he had a fighting chance. The system that we live under, they really can care less about doing the things that are extremely necessary for the protection of the people. They're not gonna do what's necessary to do to really protect the people, to really protect the children, even when you look at the cases of these school shootings. But my point is, and will always be, government don't give a damn about you. System don't give a damn about you. This establishment don't give a damn about you. It's not about fair treatment. It's not about the right thing to do. It's not about the honorable thing to do. It's only about politics. That's all it's about. The only thing that they do is that in which that will make you think that they care about you, that will make you think they're trying to protect you. That's it, that's all. It's all about making it look and appear as if they care. Make it look and appear as if they're doing that in which to protect you when really they're not. Now, sure, they have to put some things in place that will quote unquote protect the people, so they can turn around and say, hey look, this is what we did to show you guys that we care and we're trying to protect you. No, you're not. They have to do at least the bare minimum. Chicago's a wild place, and it's not just Chicago, but there's a lot of places across this nation. It's just a wild place. Society in general is getting more reckless. Society in general is getting more ruthless. Crime is going up everywhere. You ever ask yourself, why is that? America is not progressing. It's not. America as a whole within morality, you're not moving forward. We as a people within morality, not moving forward. And it'll take for the truth to be told collectively if you want to see some sort of change. But how can you see a change when you constantly tell lies? You make it appear as something it's not. This is nothing but a rant. I just want you guys to know, protect yourself. Do the necessary things you need to do to protect yourself, to protect your life, to protect your family, to protect your children. Because the majority of people in society, they're just stupid. They're mindless. They're willfully ignorant. They're stupid on purpose. Because I know that maybe if I can help a few people, then that's cool with me. This system, I stay completely away from. I want to have little to do with the system as I possibly can, because it's unjust. When you look at Chicago, that's why I show y'all guys these videos. When you look at this place, if they really and truly wanted to put a stop to this crime, or wanted to do that in which would decrease the crime, they'll do it. But see, once you scare a people, it's much easier to trick them out of certain liberty, because most people will give up liberty for so-called freedom. And we know that once you do that, you deserve neither. Once you give up certain liberties and freedoms, it is extremely difficult to get it back. You can't be playing around with the Second Amendment. This is not something you can play with. Your firearm ownership, this is not something you can play with. An armed people is a very difficult people to control. And the system will use all sorts of events and tragedy and do whatever they need to do to convince you that this is why you shouldn't own AR-15s. This is why you shouldn't be able to own magazines over a certain round capacity. They are very manipulative. That's all I'm gonna say today, folks. Crime is happening everywhere. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. We must be aware. We must be informed. We must pay attention to what's going on around us. Big Guns and Pistols. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description to my Instagram. I'm gonna put the link in the description to my other YouTube channel. Big Guns and Pistols. Peace.